Awesome truck, guys.
Battle for spots. The 31 of Busher trying to get another point.
He got it. He got 10th on the last lap. Great charge by James Busher to grab that spot away from Todd Bodine.
A top 10 finish for Cale Gale. He finishes up in 7th. Brendan Gaughan also with a top 10 finish. He was 9th unofficially across the stripe.
Timothy Peters ends up 8th. You see something trailing from the left front of Timothy's truck. It's all over now. There's Todd, gets turned around by James Busher.
Wow, look at how hard.
Busher looks like he has problems with that truck.
He clobbered Todd Bodine.
He had trouble because he ran into Todd Bodine. That's why he had trouble with that truck.
Maybe. I know they were arguing.
Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin is celebrating.
Yeah, the arguing is going to continue between anybody and Todd Bodine, it seems like today.
Well, we said it. There's going to be some hard feelings after this race. There's going to be some tempers.
Watch this. James does an aggressive move on Todd here. Gets into the back of him and is able to squeeze past Todd and take the position. You know Todd's mad. Let's see what results.
So they cross the stripe. Busher has the spot. Bodine finishes just behind him. Does Bodine do something here?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Bodine hit the back of the 31.
Yeah,
ran him into the 62.
Ran him into Brendan.
And so after Todd Bodine went by, getting ready to come onto pit road, this is the result that happened. Todd Bodine will be in front when you see him come into the picture. He'll be in front of the 31, and now the 31 turns him.
James runs in the back of Todd, turns him around, then runs in the back of Timothy Peters.
He might be out of brakes by now.
Could be out of brakes.
This is after the race. Todd just drives the 31 truck right into the back of Brendan Gaughan.
That's where the majority of the damage came from.
Timothy Peters not happy as he climbs out of his truck.
Timmy's an innocent bystander.
Exactly.
He's wondering why somebody ran in the back of him. He was just along for the ride. It had nothing to do with it.
He's smiling and laughing. Oh, wait a second. What happened? And Brendan saying, well, I had nothing to do with it. I got ran into the back of as well.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a bee in the area. Or something.
Timothy, I don't think he appreciated the explanation that came from Brendan Gaughan.
Well, there may have been something else that happened on the racetrack. This is when James, after the cool down, they were actually coming to the garage, and he runs in the back of Todd.
Wow.
And this all happened.
And here's Max now.
Max was.
We documented what went on between those two this race.
And then you've got Austin Dillon and Ron Hornaday talking about racing on the track. A handshake at the end of the day. What a day.
But what got him this win here? This is the last restart. Austin Dillon talking about his brakes locking up. You see he's got a pretty good lead on Hornaday. Watch what happens when he gets down to turn number 1.
He doesn't get through the center of the corner. The brakes, he said, didn't work right. And I guarantee you, Denny Hamlin couldn't believe his eyes. He said, are you kidding me? They're going to leave me a path to the victory? That's exactly what they did.
And then Hornaday is able to get by Austin as well as they get down to turn number 3. And that's how they finished right there. 1, 2, 3. Denny, Ron, and Austin.
What about these guys on the front straightaway? They were all happy and smiles. But on the back straightaway, when all these guys got to the pits, they weren't happy at all.
Yeah, we thought these guys were innocent bystanders there, but there's a contact between Timothy and Brendan with 2 to go. Now Brendan's going to go back after Timothy. And then they're going to be caught up with some more of the stuff with the 5 and the 31. There's the 31, runs in the back of the 5 of Todd Bodine, moves him up the hill, slams by him on the inside, coming down for the checkered flag.
I didn't see anything that Timothy Peters did wrong. There's 1 to go. He had a run on Brendan. Brendan elected to cut him off, and Timothy just took the spot. And then while Brendan is hitting on Timothy, he gets clobbered from the back. He said, what'd I do to that guy?
You know, amazingly enough, Brendan was obviously hitting onto the 17, but probably wouldn't have hit him as aggressively if it wouldn't have been for the trucks that hit him while that was all going on.
It's not over yet, Phil.
Yeah, there's Todd. Todd gets turned around by James Busher, and that just leaves him vulnerable for his teammate Max Pappas to pull up beside him.
And he congratulated him. Said, I'm glad to see you're heading in the wrong direction, my friend.
Riding along with Timothy Peters. A little bump to the back of that 62 gets him a little bit out of shape. But
moves him up out of the way.
But Brendan had Timothy squeezed all the way down the bottom of the front straightaway. So
yeah, there was a lap truck, I believe, that Brendan was trying to get around.
And you can see back there's James crowding his way around Todd.
Wait till we get down there to turn number 1. Brendan's going to come back here.
He's going to forget to quit.
Yeah.
And he'll let him know he was not happy with the pass.
Take that.
Oh, and then he's lifted up because James Busher got right into.
Oh, me. That's awesome.
That's good short track racing.
Short track racing. I was going to say, we call it all the time, short track racing, but we see it all the time.
And I hate it's the last one, too. The last one of the season.
How many of those trucks aren't bent? Could you find me a couple down there?
Not very
Maybe
many
Denny's.
trucks
Maybe Denny's.
aren't bent up.